Hi, guys. I'm Jacob Bahns. I'm the marketing services manager over here at First Call Digital Agency. Um, we get this question all the time. How much am I supposed to be spending on our marketing strategy? What does everything cost? What does SEO cost? What do ads cost? Um, and business owners, they're often concerned about are they spending too much on their marketing? It's rarely a question of are they spending too little. The real cost of effective marketing may be higher than they expect. But here's the thing, it winds up costing them more either way, whether it's sooner, whether it's later, whether they want results now, later, or never. So today I've brought in our digital marketing director here at First Call Digital Agency, Cassia Spurlock. Hi, Cassia, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, Jacob?
Not bad, not bad. Really happy that you could carve out some time for us today and provide us with some great insights. Do you have a few minutes?
I certainly do. For you, Jacob,
Excellent.
anytime.
Oh, that is my boss. So, anywho, Cassia, let's just start right off. What are the highest cost aspects of marketing?
Yep, good question. And that really depends on your industry, your market, your location, on what the big best investment's going to be. But in general, business owners can expect to invest a lot of money into ads if they want to go down the ads route. Content creation can often be a pretty hefty price as well. And again, the more niche of a market you have, the more high value that content's going to be. One of the reasons why they're higher cost is because they're recurring, variable, and labor intensive. So, getting a good budget set for those and really blocking out a good portion of your marketing spend on ads and content creation is going to be a good balance.
Excellent. And are there any one-time costs around in marketing, or are you going to charge me every month or every year for all eternity?
Yes, there is definitely some one time costs associated with marketing. And when I say one time, I mean like maybe annually or every few years. So you're probably familiar with like photography. You want to get everybody together and get some good quality photography. Uh, Print material design. So cover letters and business cards. You don't have to do this all the time, but it is a project. Your logo sometimes doesn't need to be revisited for years, but it is a design element that needs to be paid for. And your brand guide. Branding should probably be revisited every few years, but once you have it down, for the most part, you can run with those brand elements for a while.
Excellent, excellent. And then let's say I'm a business owner putting together a budget for my marketing department, kind of trying to work through some numbers, high level. What are the costs we should be looking at budgeting annually? What are the aspects of marketing that we're looking at there?
Yeah. So a website rebuild can be pricey depending on how large your site is and how complex it is. So while you may not need a website rebuild every year, you should be setting aside some money annually to plan for a web rebuild, probably every 3 years. With the way that websites advance and how many changes we have in technology recently, 3 years is a good standard for a website rebuild. Aside from that, you should invest some time into doing an annual strategy. So, investing into either a digital marketing director or a third party, like online presence audit that gives you a good plan for the year ahead.
Excellent. And then in same regards, but in terms of a monthly budget, what are we looking at spending? What aspects of our marketing campaign are going to be looked at on a monthly level?
Marketing has a lot of different campaign potential. You can focus in on doing an intensive ad campaign, social media, SEO, content, and all of these have recurring monthly costs associated with them depending on how intensive it is. A lot of that would be laid out in that annual strategy, but could be revisited quarterly. So I it I'd love to give a number and say, this is how much you should be spending on ads, this is how much you should be spending on SEO. But again, as we said from the beginning, it really depends on your industry, your competition, and your location.
Yeah, everyone. It depends. It depends is always a good answer, isn't
Right.
it? But
How
well, let's
convenient.
say right, exactly. But it's definitely true. It's true. I mean, do you want to target just one small local community, or you want to target the whole U.S.? What are your services? Who are you trying to reach? I
Yeah.
think that's a great point. It definitely depends on the scope of your project.
Yeah.
Um, that said, are there any quick, easy rule of thumb when it comes to how much should I be investing into marketing?
Yeah, there is a number that gets used pretty consistently to calculate how much you should be reinvesting. So in general, it's between 5 and 10%, although some companies invest up to 25% back into the business through marketing channels. It's important to note that this includes everything you're doing for marketing. So ads, and hiring an internal resource, which just an internal marketing person alone can cost, between like $50,000 to $80,000 a year. Outside of if they're hiring or working with third-party ad vendors or SEO specialists. So factoring that in, this is one of the instances where outsourcing can be beneficial because you can get a lot of different resources for essentially the same cost as one internal person. But yeah, so run the numbers, find out what your gross revenue is, and decide if what range of investment you want to direct back into the business, and then you'll have your number for what is available for the year.
That's excellent. And that's probably what your competitors are doing, right? 5 to 10% of your revenue. What did you say? Gross revenue? What was it? I'm not a
Yeah,
big numbers
gross
guy.
gross revenue. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then just what are the costs of just not doing anything, just being stagnant, not focusing on any marketing?
Yeah. So, how much is a lead worth to you? And this is why it's really valuable to work with a digital agency that focuses on strategy, because a big part of that strategy is through what you're doing for your business development and having a good understanding of what's an ideal lead, what's the monthly recurring revenue that lead can provide you, and how many leads do you need per month to acquire one of those high quality MRR prospects. So, without having some strategy in place, you're kind of just going on luck, and hoping that someone will refer you, or that you'll get just leads coming in via word of mouth. So you're flying blind, and that can be really costly because it makes it really difficult for businesses to predict growth, to hire adequately, to feed the monkey, so to speak, to keep their employees happy and well paid, and all of those variables that make a business run smoothly suddenly become luck of the draw rather than predictable. So it can have a high cost in retention with your employees and your clients if you're not strategizing business growth.
That is excellent. Well said, Cassia. And I do want to say here at First Call, we focus on strategy first, and any lead that comes in the door, gives us a call, fills out a form, they always talk to Cassia first. She sets aside time to go through these kind of business goals and then focus on the marketing goals, and then what are the tactics and campaigns we can use to achieve those goals. So it's very high level from the start. We want to focus on what your goals are as a business, and then use marketing to force that and get there. Is that fair there, Cassia?
It's very fair. But
Okay.
also, when we do initial conversations with business owners to ask these high level questions about where they're trying to drive their business, um, sometimes we might find that we're not the best match as far as like where they are in what they're willing to invest in marketing or what they really need for marketing, and that's okay. What we strive to do is to give you a better impression of what your options are, and these initial discovery conversations help you do that. Identify gaps, find opportunities, and decide like what is a good marketing partnership for you, and what does that look like. So that's really our goal with our initial talks with business owners.
I like everyone. It's Cassie you have to impress. Well, thank you, Cassia, for taking some time. Anyone watching, if you've got questions, comments, please shoot them in the comments below, and we'll get back to you on that. Cassia will even respond. Sorry, Cassia, more work for you. But thanks so much. Thanks for watching, everyone. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, okay? Cassia,
Yep.
take care out there.
Thanks. Right, bye.